Hi everyone. As you know, the universe of gods, death and reapers has been defined by this shattered and desolated mythology. We began our journey with the Nordic civilization and now we are ready to dive into the Egyptian one.
We're excited that this time around we can include you, the community, from the get-go. We set out to explore the Egyptian mythology through a series of artworks done by our concept artist. We asked you to inspire us with your ideas and dark take on what Egypt could be in GDR. During this event, we will explore and bring life to these ideas and darkness. Let's begin. Also in sci-fi, passion, as if constantly burned, So we gathered the community input. We were very impressed by what we saw. It opened our minds to some possibilities. They were really cool ideas and it also showed that the community was aligned with the art direction that we're taking with GDR. So that was really cool to see. I mean, some people even added their own artwork, which was fantastic to see.
So on the concept art side, what we are used to do is work with always the same workflow. That would be basically trying to find references first, and once we gathered all of that, we start sketching. So sketching, it can be made both on 2D with, like tools like Photoshop, for instance, or 3D like Blender, basically.
Afterwards, together with the team, we looked at individual input and we discussed, sort of found the nice compromises that would work in our game. One of the ideas that we received was Hatma, the goddess of fertility, in the shape of a catfish. It's a very interesting idea that we can introduce contrast in the form of, well, the god is dead, everything around it is destroyed, desolate, dry, well, what you kind of would have imagined in an Egyptian environment, but then worse. And the goddess just springs this sort of vegetation, palm trees and whatnot, just sprung out of her blood that seeps out in the environment. So we'd have this very interesting contrast between life and death. One of the inputs we received was Anubis moving, but still being dead. And immediately that inspired us. Like, we knew there was potential in that idea and that we had to explore. Something that we often struggle with in our game is a dead god is just dead, and so we need to find ways to make it interesting and dynamic anyways. Someone within the team brought up the idea of, yeah, well, what if Anubis was just headless, walking around in the vistas? So he's dead, mindless, but still moving. That's just straight from the inspiration we got from these two simple words, movement, Anubis. That was great. Some of the ideas we received were around the Nile, some of them drying out and some replacing with, basically the water, you replace it with something more bloody or grotesque. But one of the ideas was flooding, and that's obviously a very interesting visual that we had to explore. On top of that, a member of the community mentioned that it could spring from the blood of pharaohs. Immediately we thought that was a great idea. It could also be replaced by mass sacrifice or dead gods, etc. So there was a lot of potential there. And on top of that, we thought of temple complexes that are filled with this disgusting water, or this blood water in this case, or mud villages connected by different platforms, scaffoldings, or papyrus boats. We actually explored ideas of the sun before because we thought it was a very strong association with Egypt, and we sort of merged ideas we already had with sort of that new input of Apuffus. That was an idea that was very close to canon mythology, what you basically see in Egypt, right? Apuffus just eats the sun. No more sun, he ate it. What's the impact on the world? And we could imagine Apuffus just slowly deteriorating and holes starting to pierce through his body, through rotten, etc. And then the sunlight actually starting to pierce through his body. And that was a very strong visual, we thought, and something we felt we had to explore. These artworks have been the results of community collaboration. We think the results are absolutely great. We hope you enjoyed it as well.
Thank you guys for being part of it. And if you want to continue, help us shaping the game, join us on Discord. I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yes.
What time is it?
They're gonna put that on YouTube.
This was definitely an old croissant.
Yeah, I can see like there's a bit
feels
of
like
rotten.
I'm eating the sand of our
Of the-
Egyptian mythology. That's what I'm eating right now.
You're eating Anubis.
My God, this is worse than a dead god. Okay, well.